Early measures would create a recession, but so would a health crisis. So the government opted to trigger an early recession, calculating that this would save lives and give it a stronger economic recovery. But some say there was another goal, stemming from Greece's decade-long economic crisis.
Greece was hit by two separate crises, the refugee crisis and the virus crisis. And what we wanted to show is that we have a competent government that can respond efficiently to these unexpected events. And if we do so, we believe that people will turn around and say, you know what, Greece is a serious country, and maybe we will get over this image that people had from the experiences that they had the previous decade. We hope that this in itself will be able to attract investment in the future.
The International Monetary Fund predicts a 10% recession for Greece this year, followed by 5% growth next year. If that assessment is correct, coronavirus could mark a turning point, giving Greece the economic recovery many here want after a decade of economic crisis. John Tsaropoulos, Al Jazeera, Athens.
Still to come here on the News Hour for you, how Korean baseball could be coming to a screen near you very soon. Peter will explain when we come back after the break.
No vaccine approved for the virus, but the 17-time Grand Slam champion says that if it was compulsory to be vaccinated to travel and compete, then he would be forced to make a decision. The ATP Tour is currently suspended until at least July the 13th. The football team from the city where coronavirus originated returned home after being unable to do so owing to travel restrictions for several months. Wuhan Zali were on a pre-season training camp in Spain when their city went into lockdown. They returned to China more than a month ago but had to spend time in quarantine. However, they are at long last back in Wuhan after 104 days away. Meanwhile, in Italy, Serie A club Roma's players and coaching staff are giving up their salaries for the remainder of the season. This is to ease the financial pressure on the club during the coronavirus crisis. The players and coaches have also agreed to prop up the salaries of non-playing staff who are receiving government grants but earning a fraction of their salaries currently. And in Qatar, former Barcelona captain Xavi, who these days is the head coach of Al Sadd, is also taking a pay cut. Some of the club's players, including captain Hassan Al-Haydos, are also lowering their salaries to help ease the financial pressure. The sport of baseball has been played in Taiwan for the last few weeks since the island appeared to get its coronavirus cases under control. But any social distancing measures went out of the window at this game between Fubon Guardians and Rakuten Monkeys, when the pitcher hit a batter in the bottom of the fourth inning. Both benches emptied out onto the field, a rare sight in Taiwanese baseball. The Rakuten Monkeys went on to win 3-1 to sweep their three-game series and remain unbeaten this season. On Tuesday, baseball fans in South Korea will finally get to enjoy the game again. With the number of new coronavirus cases dropping in the country, their domestic league will restart, albeit behind closed doors and with several restrictions to keep everyone safe. The 10 teams in the KBO will take part in exhibition games. They're also expecting confirmation that the regular season will begin in May. Baseball journalist Daniel Kim says the restart is important not just for Koreans, but for baseball fans around the globe.
I think this could be uplifting for a lot of the Korean fans and Korean citizens. Just past few years, we've been seeing 8 million regular attendance. So it's been one of the most popular events in Korea. There aren't going to be any fans in the stands. All the non-playing personnel, we're talking about the umpires, referees, bat boys, coaches, and managers. They need to wear masks. They need to also wear gloves. And there are not going to be any high fives, no shaking hands, no spitting as well. All the players their temperatures are going to be checked at least twice a day. But I think the players are prepared for it. The games next week are just practice games, and even that, is going to be televised nationally. So I think it just goes to show that people are waiting for baseball to resume. ESPN inquired about possibly getting KBO rights to broadcast KBO games back in the United States. That's in the works right now. It hasn't been confirmed yet. It's not going to be a major league level type of a talent, but it's a fun league. It's an exciting league. The fans get into it. The atmosphere and the culture is a little bit different. If you're a baseball fan, I'm pretty sure you are going to find it good, enjoyable, exciting baseball from KBO.
To another bat and ball game now. Australia cricket bowling star Josh Hazlewood says he's quite shocked at just how quickly the coronavirus pandemic has caused a financial crisis for sports in his home country. The 30-year-old is one of many contracted by Cricket Australia who will receive just 20% of their salaries. Although he admits it still compares favourably to the situation facing some other sports.
Compared to, the footy codes who are really in some trouble heading into their season. So a little bit surprised there, but there's going to be some impacts, no doubt. No different from any other sport. I guess it depends how long it hangs around as to how much it's going to affect us.
The Tokyo Olympics may have been pushed back a year, but athletes are still training to be ready for their moment. One of them is Moroccan Taekwondo competitor Nada Laraj. The 19-year-old and her sister Farah, who's the Moroccan champion, have been getting remote coaching sessions through WhatsApp calls with their trainer.
Remote coaching is not enough for me, but we take advantage of what is available for the moment. Despite the inefficiency, it is good because at least there is possibility of communicating with the coach. Our message for all Moroccans, stay home. This is the only way to fight this COVID-19 virus. There are a lot of things to do at home. Think about your hobbies. For example, for me, I spend a lot of time doing sport, morning and afternoon, because it is my hobby and my sport speciality.
Formula One driver Charles Leclerc has clinched back-to-back wins for Ferrari on his simulator. Leclerc won an esports virtual Chinese Grand Prix ahead of a host of F1 rivals, including Red Bull's Alex Albon, who came second. The 22-year-old, who has the simulator installed at his home in Monaco, only started playing the game at the beginning of the month. Okay, we'll leave it there for now. I'll be back again a little bit later with another sports news update, Peter.
Peter, thanks very much. Mr. Santa Maria is in the chair about 2.5 minutes from now. I'm back from 13G. Hopefully see you then. Lots more news, of course, on the website, aljazeera.com. For the moment, bye-bye.
Everybody's happy here. We are going to wipe out insect life if we carry on this way.